14 days to go.
You did a fantastical job, Lightning! That was fantabulously impressive. This is a little something for my very, very best
Light, wait here for now. Look around for any suspicious groups. Anyone that catches your eye. Especially near the You need to follow the heretics.
This broadcast is
Be
brought to you
discreet
by
and
the
don't
Public
let them
Moral
spot
Office
you.
of the Order of Salvation. It is now midnight. Please pray. Let us thank God, who in His wisdom will build us a new world.
The evil savior will die at the hands of the Shadow Hunter? I sure don't like the sound of that. When they say savior, do you think...
It's me, alright. It has to be. But who's the Shadow Hunter?
I don't know. Right now, no one else does either. The information's incomplete at best. But the Order thinks he could be the leader of the heretics.
So if the Shadow Hunter leads the cult, does that mean he's also behind the murders?
The heretics are on the move. You need to follow them discreetly and figure out where they're headed. Stay out of sight and see.
To the goddess of death, these numbers I say, 7891.
The rites are beginning. Make haste.
See that? I think I just found my invitation to the party.
Head back to town and see what you can uncover. The heretical cult, the so-called Children of Etrel, are behind the murders. They become increasingly visible in the city. Judging by the tone of the message, they view the Savior as their enemy. What I don't understand is why they would target you. You're here to save souls and guide them to a new world. Why wouldn't they want that?
It's not that clear-cut. To some, God's savior looks as much a murderer as these maniacs do. I'm not surprised they're afraid.
Don't worry. Even if the world hates you, I'll always be by your side, Light. What do you want to do? Will you go looking for that code?
The children, Light and Shadow, dance together. I need more time.
It seems like a waste to just wait here until then. Why not get out of the city for a while?
I might as well. There's not much time left. I won't waste it.
Yes, your time is the most precious thing you have now. How you use these few days may decide the very fate of the world. It looks like the monorail is up and running. If you hop aboard, you can quickly get anywhere in this world. And there's another station on the south side of Luxarian.
Not a good time for a walk.
You. What's done is done. Eyes to the future. The tears fall into the chaos. No looking back. Fate is what it is. Do you dream of death? Savior's got a job.
Dark out. It's not safe.
goods are something else.
You're down.
I can't believe it. I just dropped it. now I'll never ever.
Did you lose something? What was it?
I lost my carbuncle doll. It was the prettiest green color. It was an antique. It was my favorite doll in the entire world.
Chin up. It has to be somewhere. If you search hard enough, you'll be able to find it.
I know where it is. The chaos took it away from anything the chaos touches. Just disappears and you never see it again.
Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it's gone. In fact, there might be a way to get it back.
Really? I don't believe you.
All right, then I'll find it for you and prove it. You're looking for a green carbuncle doll, is that right? In this dying world. Look what I found. Here you go. Make sure you don't lose it again, okay?
My doll! You really found it! Oh, thank you, thank you! My mom gave this to me. She's gone now. She got swallowed up by the chaos. It was 200 years ago. Maybe longer. If this doll was safe and sound inside the chaos, that means my mom is okay too. It means she's watching over me from far away, right?
People pray for the dead. They pray that even though their bodies are gone, their souls still exist. They pray they'll see their loved ones again. That little girl prays she'll reunite with her mother. The same way I pray that Sarah and I will be together again someday.
If it is restless,
If this continues, people...
Chaos is the influxes of chaos.
You're down. It's your funeral. Eyes to the future. rider at the edge of death. Do you know what death is? Fate is what it is. It's your funeral. You want to be saved. Hope they find peace. No looking back. Time can't be stopped. Light and shadow dance together.
I'm not just any old cat. Since you seem to have half a brain, might I ask a favor? It won't be too much of a bother, I promise.
Call me cynical, but I don't believe cats can talk. I'll help you out, but only if you tell me who you really are.
I knew you were clever. Yes, I'm no cat. At least not on the ends.
This is where you tell me about some bizarre episode that put your soul into a cat's body.
Exactly. You're good.
Of all the possibilities, why a cat?
Oh, let me start from the beginning. This body that I'm in, the most beautiful cat in the world, she was my precious little baby. Obviously, I named her Gem because she was my treasure. She was everything to me. But she got sick and passed away. I had a difficult time dealing with her death. I couldn't accept it. I shied away from reality. I did everything I could to preserve Jim's body, while I desperately searched for a way to bring her back. Science, voodoo, alchemy, you name it. I tried everything you could ever imagine. I spent years, no, decades, performing experiments to bring her back.
I'm not one to judge, but the love you have for your cat is more than a little frightening.
She was my life, but nothing worked. I couldn't revive her. I'd run out of ideas. I was devastated. I had just about given up on life, everything, when God decided to throw me a bone. A little girl approached me. She called herself Lumina.
Lumina? This ought to be good. What happened?
I thought this little angel had been sent from the heavens when she handed me a potion and said it had the power to lend Gem my soul. According to her explanation, if I drank the potion, I could revive her. Of course, I drank the entire bottle without hesitation.
Didn't anyone ever tell you not to drink strange potions? Especially ones given to you free of charge by people you just met on the street.
But this stranger told the truth. Gem was revived. See? Alive as ever. However, I wasn't prepared for these side effects. This wasn't what I had in mind.
And that's where I come in, isn't it?
Yes! Lumina mentioned there was an antidote that can reverse the effects of the potion. With it, things can go back to the way they were. It's called Starlit Spice. Please, will you find some of it and wave it under my nose?
I assume you're talking about your human body, so it's still intact somewhere? Do you recall where?
When dawn approaches, you'll find it wandering aimlessly near a large assembly of cats. You can tell from a single glance that it lacks any sort of soul. My real name is Ronan. I don't know if my body will respond to that, though.
Light and shadow dance together. Now! Fate is what it is. Feel like dying. Our tears fall into the chaos. I need more time.
Chocoboco! Chocoboco! It sure has been a long time, hasn't it, Lightning?
How do you know my name? I don't think we've met.
What? Don't tell me you don't remember Chocolina! Oh, duh, of course you wouldn't. Let's just say that I gave your sister a helping hand during her journey a long, long time ago.
You helped Sarah on her journey? I hope I don't offend you, but you're not entirely human, are you?
No, sadly, in my true form, I'm not nearly as drop-dead gorgeous. But I am on your side. I'm here to help, like I did for your sister.
I don't even know you. How do I know you're not lying to me?
Well, you're just going to have to try. Ooh, I know! I can tell you all about me and my past until I convince you I'm a friend. It all started back when...
Wait, never mind. I trust you. You're on my side. Please, stop talking.
Have you been to the dazzling city of Yuznan yet? Their fireworks are for everyone to enjoy,
Trust in our god, Bonavelza, for he will never...
Do you know what death is? You're down.
of angel that falls in love. Do you remember the sound of the ocean waves? Breaking on time after time.
If you need a room, please visit our hotel.
Embrace you. Expected as much.
We're trying to increase the security.
So you
want to be a hunter, do you? It's the chaos, ain't it? Life's got no meaning, so you want to throw it away. Or better yet, your man went and dumped you, so you want to take it out on some beasties.
Look, I don't know you, and you clearly don't know me.
You don't know me? You came to do business with Baird without checking up on me first? Not too bright, are you, girlie? Huh? You want to keep talking? I'm game, but you gotta buy this here. It's all the qualifications you'll need to be a top-notch seed hunter. And that don't mean you're a real seed hunter yet, though. That you gotta earn.
I'm gonna guess that seed hunters collect...
Seeds. Yeah. Soul seeds, to be all specific and everything. You know what they are, right? The shiny little lights floating in the chaos? We call them seeds, but eggs is more like it. Monster eggs in the chaos. A certain, shall we say, organization buys them up. For a good price, too. Says they make medicines and stuff out of them. Listen, girlie. Here's the deal. I pay you for seeds. The more, the better. Here's something you'll need to know. There are a total of 4 merchants who will buy your seeds. 1 in Yusnan, 1 in the Wildlands, 1 in the Dead Dunes, and most of all me, here in Luxarian. 1 in every location. Think you can remember that? If you've got some soul seeds you're looking to discard, all you need to do is track one of us down. Simple, right? Oh, and don't worry, you'll recognize us easily by our fancy little hats. You been on it? Oh, I see you've...
Thanks for coming. Come again.
When the final bell tolls, the Earth will be destroyed.
This is Luxarian's very own South Station. The trains here can take you to either of two locations, the Wildlands or the Dead Dunes. The Wildlands is a vast... In the Dead Dunes, you won't find much besides sand. However, many venture out. If you're looking to travel to the City of Youth, please head to Luxarian's North Station and board the train there. This is where you...
This stop, Dead Dunes.
I'm afraid that this is your
Here
stop.
comes another train.
Excuse me,
You want to
lady.
go to Luxarian
Do you
South
mind
Station
if I
on the
have a word with
Wildlands?
you?
And who doesn't? Get on it.
Well, this is a shock. A tourist?
You could say that.
Hate to break it to you, but there's nothing worth seeing in this.
Why not? Are they dangerous?
They're just breeding grounds for monsters. The vessel that'll summon the souls of the dead and open the door to the afterlife. They call it the Holy...
Summon souls, you said? That's promising.
Bunch of nonsense if you ask me. Not that the bandits or the Order will ever give up on it, though. They've been searching for that thing forever. I don't recommend diving into those ruins for some fairy tale. Not if you don't want those bandits on your back for invading their territory.
Thanks for the warning.
Why don't you find those bandits? Headquarters and see what they know. I'm sure they'll have information about the ruins and Clavis.
This has turned into a real fool's errand. Thought I'd start a new market in the desert. Hey, are you part of Monoculus? Not that it matters to me. Buy some.
After all, I've looked into that Clavis for you. Apparently, it's an artifact that's thought capable of drawing the souls of the dead to it. That's about all we know. It seems the Order has been trying hard to recover the relic. In recent years, they've dispatched several parties of seculars to the desert.
But they haven't had any luck, right? It seems like the Order isn't the only one interested either. The bandits also want it.
Yes, the bandits that call this desert home. They make a living by taking what they can from the ruins and selling their finds.
Are they bandits or grave robbers? Our tears fall into the chaos. You're down. The end is close. is close. Time can't be stopped. I need more time. Let the darkness embrace you. No looking back. Pray for the dead. Fate is what it is. Pray for the dead. The end is close. Time can't be stopped. This'll do. Time can't be stopped. Go to hell. It's your funeral. No looking back. Pray for the dead. But if it can be used to gather...
Yes, it's the only artifact of its type in the world. If the Order is willing to spend so many resources searching for it, it's probably worth finding. there's something I think you should know. Something important. The Savior has to return to the Ark once a day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to present your Aradia to God to slow down the destruction of the world. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you'll be transported up here to the Ark at 6 a.m. sharp. Don't forget that, okay?
Would you like to have a little? This is a branch of the. You do know he is the preferred merchant. Visit the main store.
May you rest in peace.
There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well,
So, you noticed. Yes, it looks as though they've been keeping an eye on you ever since you stepped foot in it. It's nearly 6. I'm sure you know what that means. No need to tie up any loose ends, though. Time stands still in this world while you're up in the Ark. It's a pretty handy system, isn't it? You're close to the gang settlement. If you're feeling lost, try checking the signposts that you find here and there.
isn't this the kind of magnifying glass that appraisers use? It looks like it's pretty worn.
It does look rather old, but it seems like it's been taken good care of. Light, I just want to remind you that it's almost 6, and you know what happens then. When it's time, you'll be transported automatically up to the Ark.
Hope they find peace.
Welcome back, Light. Now step forward and offer your Aradia so we can give time back to the world.
As the world dies around me, I offer this blessing. Is this fruit from a light?